Deontay Wilder, without that right hand, who is he as a fighter to you?
I've talked about this and answered this question as well, right? He has a godly right hand. Everybody knows about it. That's what he's made his fame off of. But he has a good left hook and a good sneaky uppercut at times if you're trying to fight him up close, right? But the right hand is what's really paid people over. But without the right hand, if he's stuck with those, I mean, I feel like it obviously makes it it would make it extremely that much more interesting if he didn't have his right hand, right? To depend on, I guess, boxing skills and I mean, yeah, I mean, if he didn't have the right hand, it wouldn't be as detrimental, or his name, Bronze Bomber, wouldn't hold weight like it does.
As far as IQ is concerned, you've been in there with guys like Richard Torres, F.A. Ajakbar. I mean, where do you feel like his IQ among some of those names that I just mentioned?
I feel like I feel his IQ. I feel his IQ is I mean, if what I've been watching him forever, man, and even his past fights, I feel his IQ is sharp as far as he does things to to basically set up that big right hand, and it ain't by fluke that he set it up for knockouts 42, 40 plus times, right? So I feel like between that, maybe not the nicks and crannies of like certain angles, flipping angles, right? Every boxer has their own attributes. So I feel like he sets his right hands up and hook right hands or straight rights extremely well, and I feel his IQ is ranked with them. I mean, I got to put, like I say, being a realist, respect on it. You don't become a world champion or whatever by not having some sort of IQ, right? So rank with the Torreses and the Jogba's. I'd reign them supreme. That's what let him get past all these other elite fighters that they say he wouldn't beat and etch his name. So I'd say his IQ is at the top.
Tell me, how do you stay away from that hook, from that right hand?
Yeah, that's the question everybody asks, right? Like it's funny. Like I pass by people if they happen to know, and they're like, "Man, all you got to do is stay away from the right hand," and I'm like, "What are we even talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously that's what I have to do. That's what we plan on. That's the goal at hand. But I mean, I just feel like without giving too much away, you can't be stuck there or stuck in a moment or glorify a good punch you may land and stand there, because that's where he knows, or that's where he's sharp. He's a guy that's gonna shoot something, or he's the type guy that as soon as you give him something, he wants it right back. If you really watch his fight and you're really watching him, if you catch him good, best believe he's right back trying to get you, right back in that same instance. So I feel like just being aware of that, always staying sharp, never getting lackadaisical, it'll put you in a good position to not get caught by that right hand.
Can't hear you, bro, Zab.
I said, what did you do different in this camp that you didn't than in your previous camps? Like, how was the training camp different? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This training camp, man. I mean, obviously with the name, you would step it up that much more, right? But I feel like this camp, I've gotten top quality sparring, all the way down to a mental coach grooming my mind to not let this moment be bigger than what it is, because it's a big opportunity. Respecting myself more, knowing that this is a big opportunity, and having this shot to do something, not respecting the name or the opportunity more than the job at hand, and between that, a middle coach, actually traveling, having a camp outside of Texas. I've never done that. Got solid work around, out there in Florida. Coming back, I feel like all of those variables for me are definitely differentiating moments for me as far as the camp doing what I've done different.
Tell me, what's your prediction on your fight June 27th against Deontay Wilder?
I plan on having my hand raised, man. I can't. I would love to just say I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna knock him out cold, and I know that's what y'all want, but I'm a realist. Like I said, I that's not how I plan on by any means necessary having my hand raised, you know, and putting everything into it to have just that. You know, I can't tell you how it is or how guys predict rounds. That's never been my forte, and I'm not even gonna fake the funk with y'all just for, you know, clicks or views of how people do. I feel like I'm coming in the best version of me, and you know, me doing just that. I plan on having my hand raised and going from there by any means
Talk
necessary.
to me, Greg. Talk to me.
What's the deal, fellas? I was just listening in, man. What's going on?
Talk to
What's
me,
going on,
Greg. Talk to
My
man?
me.
man Tyler,
What's
he's
up,
gonna be
bro?
fighting Deontay Wilder next Friday. Got any questions for him?
I mean, first of all, congratulations on the opportunity.
Thank you.
I feel like with an opportunity like that, if he go in there and beat Wilder, you know what I mean, he opened up a whole nother, you know. So I like to fight for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much
Yeah,
about him just yet. I'm gonna go home and study, and then I can give a breakdown. But right now, I'm just happy for the brother.
I appreciate it,
Mm.
man. Appreciate
You know
that.
what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Not sure if he's training with Malik Scott for this camp. I haven't seen any videos. Do you feel like that could be a deciding factor, just the corner per se, him not necessarily having someone that has been there with him? Some people say, hey, he knocked out Malik Scott, so probably he don't really take him that serious, and he probably runs the shots in camp. Maybe this time around, him not having Malik, maybe he has more of a coach that's going to be a little bit more like, hey, listen, if you don't trying to work, won't you just leave? I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you feel like that's something a big factor in the fight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something they're keeping silent, right? There hasn't really been much out there as far as who he's training with or who might be training him. So I'm not sure. You know, I know I'm putting my work in on this side, but I mean, if he's changing trainers, whether he's with a Malik Scott or he decided to go elsewhere, I feel like me as a fighter, I feel like that puts a sense of uncertainty in your mind. You may be going in, or it could give you a small bit of confidence as well, but it's still a new relationship going into a fight with a guy unknown or known, whatever it may be, right? So I feel like if he's with them, maybe they try to reconcile what they've already lost. If he's not with them, he tries to go in there sharper with whatever this new trainer is teaching him to be more right hand heavy or be more aggressive. And but at the same sense, it's a new relationship, so I feel like there's going to be a little bit of vulnerability there, you know. So I've been preparing my mind for all scenarios, like like I was telling you earlier. So with the Malik Scott, without a Malik Scott, if they bring back a Mark Breland, whatever it may be, I just know that putting my best efforts in, you know, it'll lead to the result that I desire.
When it comes down to sparring, is there a name particularly that we know that prepared you for Deontay Wilder?
I got the sharpest guy I got work with. He's actually fighting Armala Makladov, that the Russian with Twitch. I can't remember, but Ricardo Brown. He was pretty sharp, the Jamaican Olympian, and I mean he matches up with the Wilder with size 6'7", 6'8", right hander, right hand heavy, and I feel like that was some of the sharpest sparring I've got, let alone just some other guys which is hard to usually simulate that kind of height. But luckily, some guys came out of the woodworks from, I mean, whatever. But my reign supreme will probably be him, and he's actually fighting the same night I'm fighting out in Canada. So I feel like that was some top sparring I got along the way with other sparring I've got through Texas, out in Florida, getting ready for Deontay Wilder.
Knowing that Wilder just got stopped back to back, did you see anything different in Wilder since him fighting perhaps Fury?
Um, I mean, I feel like what people would say is accurate. They feel like maybe he's lost that hunger or that tenacity as far as wanting to get out there and really make it happen. So I think between that Tyson fight and the last fights, there you could see a dip in really just being, I guess, right hand happy. trying to box more maybe, So that's why when you ask me, what do you think you're gonna get? I feel I'm gonna get the most dangerous Deontay Wilder that's letting his right hand go, and that's what people tune in to see, right? So I'm planning on just that right hand, throwing the right hand and working what we've worked. So when he does, if he does, or when he does come out with that right hand and everything else he's throwing, to do my job on what we've trained, But you could say the dip of where people say, does he really want to still do this? Do you really? You don't, obviously he doesn't have to do it no more. But does he still want to do this, or is he just there trying to get one more from what the fans say? But I would say that would be the difference between the Tyson fight and rolling into Parker, Zhang, and all the other guys.
How many
Mm.
knockouts did you get in this in this training camp?
I stopped a couple people, man. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I stopped a couple people. That's added confidence to it. I mean, I can't. That's a good question, I guess, to the number of it.
I like
I've
that.
stopped a couple people. I stopped a couple people, and people people don't know me. I don't want to say world. Well, I say worldwide, right? But locally, I've done good, and let alone in sparring here lately. I've done well, man, and I've unlocked a few things along the way, and I can do all this talking, but come next Friday, what I'm saying, it's all going to show, and I'm really excited to get to that point versus continuing to say what's going to be done, what's not going to be done. It almost becomes redundant.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
we see a lot of guys coming into the B side just trying to hang with these guys, not really trying to go out there and get this win, separating themselves. Just being on the stage is just good enough. Telling the fans your fight style and your hunger to be able to beat Deontay Wilder. A little bit earlier, Zab said, "Hey, do you feel like you need, you can knock him out?" Yeah, do you feel like there's an urgency to say, I need to separate myself to get this win because I am not the A side in this fight?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you touched on that, man. So, like, before going in on that, people would say that maybe it's just what I do, but I've been blessed outside of boxing to set up a lot of things, and through the course of chasing my dream, I was able to take money and start trucking companies, grab contracts with IKEA, grab contracts with Ride. So I've done things to where I've seen money. This for someone to say, oh, he's just coming in for a payday. You don't know me, you don't know my background. This is something along the way of chasing of doing things outside of boxing. I always dreamed of a moment like this. So it'd be crazy for me to come there just for a payday, and it's not that. This is a guy that's put in the work, that's had doubt along the way, that's regained confidence, that's been through the lows, brought himself back up to his highs, to have an opportunity like this, and going into it while fighting the Wilder, like you said, I feel like I'm gonna give y'all the best version of me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, after every performance, a fighter, for the most part, to tell you I could have done something better, and I always feel I can do something better along the way. But me switching in and with the new style and things I'm working on, I think, or I know, going into this fight with what I possess, is just tune in Friday. Tune in the following Friday, and you'll see. Without me having to try to, I feel like guys that get there and really try to preach and this and that, I don't really want to preach on what I'm going to do. I'd rather let these show you. I'd rather
Somebody said
let
in the
these.
comments, my guy Deadpool said, "Are you going by? Are you looking to win by points, or are you looking to win by a knockout?"
That's so like that. I'm 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 going in there, and I'm not going in there like I guess the whole controversy now to where guys just want to fight and stay away. I'm not going in there trying to fight and stay away. That's not what y'all tune in. That's not what people tune in for. I'm going in there. If it happens then that way. But I feel like a fight like this is ending in a knockout. Honestly. So I'm a fight a smart fight, and I feel like a fight like this ends in a knockout. fight like this ends in a knockout.
Tell people why they should tune in June 27th
Be okay,
on Black
Prime.
Prime, BOK Prime, or, even getting into the gate, you know what I mean? Going to the fight itself. What could people expect from you?
I, 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 I advise
And
people to
why
tune
they
in, man.
should tune in? Why should they tune in?
I feel y'all should tune in, man. I mean, uh, everybody goes through their certain things in life, right? And I feel like boxing is the perfect platform to just that simulates life in general. So whether you're out there, trying to start your own business and the odds are against you, or you're a guy that's been passed, a guy or girl, whatever, that's been passed on opportunities in the workplace, and you feel like it's favoritism. If you stick through it or you stick to it, eventually that opportunity come. And I'm that version of that, and I've said it before. I'll say it now. I feel like I should inspire those that feel like they would never get a chance, because I in the deep dark place in my mind I felt like I would, but then that little doubt in my mind, which I've worked to minimize, would feel like maybe you'll never get a shot. And here I am talking to you guys with the biggest opportunity of my life. So I feel like outside of that story of knowing that I'm a version of you that achieved something that the odds were against, or people told him that he couldn't do. Now I'm getting here to get ready to do it on the world stage. Outside of that, with my tangibles and my skills that I've put together, um, I feel like this night of the unknown will leave you at the edge of your seat. I think you'll be excited through the rounds with what you'll see, and I think that it'll be a explosive night. Obviously, with what he does, and obviously with what y'all don't know what I can do, but I'll be able to show on the world stage what I can do. Like, be explosive, be without giving too much away. Be explosive and be there and ready to give you my all. You should tune in at 27 and watch this all that unfold.
Live on BLKPrime.com.
Yes, sir.
Sending a message to all the fans and Deontay Wilder himself. Yeah.
Sending a
You have a
message to him.
message? Do you have a message for Deontay so
Yeah,
Zab can
if you
get it to
watching
him?
right now, what you got to say to him?
I would say, I know you got opportunities. Your name does itself, and I know you got other things on the horizon, maybe an Anthony Joshua or Francis Ngannou, whatever it may be. But don't overlook me. Don't overlook me. Don't think I'm a stepping stone. I appreciate this opportunity, right? Without him giving me this opportunity, I wouldn't be here. But at the same time, I'm ready to do my job, and I'm ready to do it in full fashion. And come the 27th, we're gonna lock horns.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. This is great. This is great. You guys are getting me hyped, man.
Word.
Next Friday is going down.
Word.
Yes,
Be
sir.
okay, plan. All right. Well, Scoop, you
Wichita,
got anything?
Kansas. Wichita,
Yeah,
Kansas.
out in Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
Hmm. I like it. My last question for you is, how's the area that you reside at? How are they embracing this fight for you, and how are you embracing the fans?
And I mean, here, so in San Antonio, man, we got a lot of I mean, here more recently, man, we got a lot of fighters that's making big splashes. Like, Barrios, he's fighting Pacquiao coming up. He's from San Antonio. You got Bam Bam Rodriguez, which, you know, speaks for itself as well. And Cardenas, that almost had an upset in a way. So it's a lot of buzz here outside of this. So I add to it to where it's like they know that me being a heavyweight and what they've seen and know what I've been through, they're excited for me, man, because I can't sit here and fix my lips to tell you everything that's went on, right? Life does life be lifing, but to make it through everything that I've been through and the ups and downs, and staying consistent, staying dedicated, and respecting the sport, and staying dedicated to my craft, they're excited for me, man, and they're more excited to see it unfold come the night of. To them, they feel like it's unreal. It's much deserved, but it's unreal as well. And they're excited. They're excited for the unknown also, and they can't wait to tune in and watch the time tick down until until we're across from each other, and it's time to rock and roll. Everybody
I love.
around here is excited. It's been love, man. Along the way, of course, it's hate, but without that, just solidifies that, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Without everybody's not gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that.
You
Everybody's not
don't want
everybody's not
everybody to love you. You don't
exactly
want everybody to love you.
exactly. That's real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
Not
everybody to love
everybody.
me. Yeah. So there's that, of course, right? But I'm not paying that no mind. I'm putting this work in, and like I say, just excited for the night of come the 27th.
A gentleman and a scholar, man. Good
I
luck
love
to
it.
you, man.
Appreciate y'all,
And
man.
can't wait to get back and do a recap after the fight.
Yeah,
Word.
for sure. I appreciate you. I
Word.
appreciate your platform, man, and let me tell my story.
You're ready.
Absolutely.
You're ready. You know you go with
Yeah,
us. You know that.
sir.
All
Appreciate
right.
y'all.